My name's Hallybone. I'm Year 6 teacher, ICT coordinator, senior teacher, mentor, and I lecture at Teacher Training College as well. And I'm in 7 minutes going to talk to you about probably the most powerful learning tool ever created, which is how Lord Putnam described the video game. It's about using familiar tools in a different context. So it's using tools that the children are familiar with, but maybe not necessarily seeing in their classroom. I'm a member of the Redbridge Games Network, which is a collection of schools that work together. They meet in our own time, but the benefit of it is that we pool our resources. So instead of one school buying lots of games, we pool all our resources, buy a collection of games that we can then share. We also share planning. We get together once every half term in our own time to talk about what we've done. So it's a real powerful network, and we call it a contextual hub for gaming, but in reality it's a contextual hub for learning. And these are some of the game titles we use in class to inspire cross-curricular work and writing. And I'm going to whiz through some of the ones we've done. Our staple is on the DS, it's Dr. Kawashami brain training. So this is what a maths lesson looks like at our school. And the children feel that the learning is in their hands, that they're in control of their learning all the time. And that's what it looks like. One of the Year 6s described it as it's like putting maths into a 12-volt food blender, which I thought was quite nice. We also use Mist, which is an old PC game, to inspire creative writing imaginary worlds. And one of the Year 4s came up with this gorgeous quote when I said, "Oh, do you like using it?" And he said the words just pop into his head, and it means that they can then do displays using a combination of free tools like Wordle, advertisements, posters, talking, speaking, listening. And we use it in Year 4 in every single term, going to different parts around Mist. We also do Professor Layton and the Curious Village as a cross-curricular 3-week Year 6 non-linear game. This is Professor Layton, it's able-bodied assistant Luke. We give groups of children 1 DS for 5 children, so they have to talk to each other about it. We then leave the game and they create their own villages. So they have to come up with their own characters, their own puzzles. So the gameplay, from an adult point of view, is only about 20 minutes, whereas the game itself then goes on with them creating their own games, and they each play their own puzzles, and they have picture acts, which is the money in Professor Layton. So they go around and play each other's game, which is great cross-curricular. In Year 6 we use a game called Another Code R on the Wii. You have to do literacy strategy flashbacks. It's a great game for flashbacks, fantastic graphics, and it links to all of those elements of the literacy strategy within Year 6. And produces sort of writing like this. I looked around, my bag gone, a shady figure had it. They started running, squeal of tyres, and a black car drove off. And what we do is play the game on the interactive whiteboard, hook the Wii up to it. The children are the main character. They decide whereabouts in the story they go to. We might play the game for 20 minutes, drop in the writing for 20 minutes, go back to the game. So the literacy lessons last about an hour and a half. And we use it for 3 weeks. And it's just stunning, the work that we get out of the Year 6s with the speaking, listening, and the writing. Mario Kart, we use for a whole term in Year 6. We do cars and karting, forces and friction. So we use this completely cross-curricular with Formula 1. They design their own cars in DT, they make cakes to launch their Formula 1 team with their branding on top, they do adverts for their Formula 1 driver, they have to persuade, Nintendo have asked them to do a new advert for Mario Kart, so they have to design that in magazines as well as radio. And then they have to write to Nintendo telling them why they should use their advert and why it's the best. And we end the whole term by them go-karting around the playground and seeing which is faster on the playground or in Mario Kart. See? And there's some of the work that you can see that we did. I love the cake at the bottom with his car on top of the cake that they all ate. As well as sort of playing, we have leaderboards each week. Each person, the same race, same car, take home certificates at the end of it. Brilliant. We also do it for collaboration and fun learning, so we do a project with a local infant school using Nintendogs, where they keep Nintendog diaries, like this every day. They design their favourite dog kennel. We had guide dogs for the blind coming down. They did work in Braille. They did crufts on the playground with their gym equipment in Year 1. And then I took my entire Year 6 class up to the Year 1 classroom, and they did the frisbee on Wii Sports Resort, with the dog helping, and also you can see the Year 1s talking to one of my Year 6s about what they were learning with the Nintendogs. And the Year 6s came back and went, "Miss, they're really clever in Year 1, they can do loads of stuff." So that was great. Another one we use is Wild Earth African Safari. The hats are optional, but those are my Year 6s in the summer term after SAT wearing the hats, and some of them insisted on wearing the hats. We go on safari, but we also use a range of free tools. So again, we use Wordle, we use switcheroozoo.com, where the children create their own imaginary animal, they write a habitat about it. We use Tag Galaxy to look for pictures of the safari, Purple Mash, great writing frame on Africa, travel guides to Africa, so it all links in, look at habitats, how it differs. If we're going on safari, what do we need? And it was really nice after we sort of sat to come together and do it. And there you go, see, Billy really concentrated, he's on safari, and they were really on safari because at one point, if you destroy the environment, it warns you about it. And we were all charged by an emu, and literally the whole class just jumped up and went, "Miss, the emu's coming!" And I was like, "It's on the interactive whiteboard, it's fine." So they can get quite engaged. Also special events, we've got 2 Wies in school, but lots of staff have Wies. So we encourage them to come in, and start of the Winter Olympics, we had a Wii in 10 out of 12 classrooms. And each class had a designated sport that they had to compete in, and then we read out the results in the assembly on the Friday. And we also designed banners. Year 4 did a whole Olympics with all different symbols. We had a link school in Vancouver. We learned languages that were taking part in the Winter Olympics, so we all learned how to say hello in different languages for the Friday assembly. And the whole school, for the whole day, worked based on Winter Olympics. There's also games online as well, which are free. So we use TutPup for spelling and writing, and you can put your class code in, and you can see how often your class has used it, all the different games as well. Motion Monsters, great for writing, designing a monster. Year 3 then, what house would your monster live in? And again, the advertising and the writing coming out of it. Maggie Hyde, same as Sumdog, Club Penguin. So there's free games online where the same principles can apply with games. Battle Britain, the 303 Squadron, is based on Polish air fighters during World War II, which is a great game with the children. We're doing World War II at the moment, so they can fly their own planes and look at the effect of it and how it felt. Another free game online from Channel 4. But it's also about encouraging the children to be games creators. So you've got Scratch, which is free, Kodu, 2DIY from Too Simple, Little Big Planet, and it's about them creating their own worlds as well as playing in their own worlds. And I think it's all about getting the children to fail. Never tried, ever fail, no matter, try again, fail again and fail better. And I think that's what we want to teach the children in schools, is to fail better. And it's okay to fail. And it's about failing again and again to fail better. Those are my details. There we go. 7 minutes. Thank you very much.